Anyway, good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I am your wonderfully gracious and never improper or correct host, Kios. We will thank our friends at Capcom for providing this. And let's introduce our cast. And we're going to start with my favorite, allegedly, convicted felon out on parole. It's Oni Heart.
Look, man. Whatever it is, I didn't do it.
I don't personally believe the charges, Oni. I want you to know that I am with you. I am in your corner. You are innocent until proven guilty.
That's why I said allegedly.
Anyway, when I'm not running from the cops, I'm playing Tekken 8 and Persona 3 Reload.
How have you been liking Reload?
So, all right, so Persona 3 Reload is a good remake of Persona 3. It gives the game a nice new light, but for somebody like me, there are quite a few things that I have a problem with.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds like one thing.
That and there are some places where they replaced animated cutscenes with new 3D cutscenes, but they just don't have the same impact as the original animated cutscenes, like at all.
The other thing is it's too easy is the combat. They made more than one change with the combat from like the original game and even FES. And when you're used to how P3 controls, it's dramatically easier. And I think that's probably the only time I will complain about it, because that game is incredibly unfair and punishing 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Even just giving like control of the party almost makes it a bit too easy. But then when you give it like the P5 abilities of like swapping characters and shit like that.
Yeah, that kind of tanked the difficulty. I'm playing it on merciless mode and I'm just chilling.
Yeah, enjoy getting like 0 experience and money instead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually over leveled, I think, honestly. And I have not grinded.
Persona game. Anyway, allegedly keep them away from any and all gluten products. It's Lon.
Hi, I'm Lon. I am not gluten-free. I stream mostly Like a Dragon and the Atelier Gacha right now, but I also stream other things on occasion, usually RPGs. Come check me out. I'm fun.
Listen, I know you're not gluten-free. I've seen that breadstick.
Hey.
Hey. Speaking of hey, Florida's favorite export. It's a little sharky.
Wait, y'all are sending me places now?
Hell yeah.
I was told that everywhere north of the state line is just permafrost 24/7, because that's just way too far north for me to go. Seriously? Nothing? Alright, fine.
No,
Hey,
it's not. Don't even. I fuck snow.
cold was so cold. Shout out to
Insert
Anyway,
Tanda Southerner comment here.
I see you, Michigan ma'am, and I salute you. Anyway,
I am not that woman from Michigan, but I am one of the women from Michigan, so.
Congrats. Anyway, I'm Sharky. I'm old. I tell you to tell your people that you love them. And it's Valentine's Day this weekend, so definitely do the thing. Let's have some fun.
It didn't come to me the way I wanted it to.
Well, maybe if you buy me dinner first next time, we can
True.
work on that.
Has also seen Lon's breadstick. It's Shy.
That's true, yes. Hi, I am Shy. I do play video games and I do stream. In the past, I've shown us Final Fantasy 14, my Do Everything run, which I am still trying to still trying to catch up through that. I've done Stardew Valley that I need to get back to because 1.6 may be pretty imminent if it is not already. And I might end up dipping into a couple of other things, including maybe something like Genshin, maybe picking up something else, or just grab bagging something and saying, you know what, we're going to play this and see how it goes. But yeah, also you can catch me opposite Lon whenever we decide to go.
Hell yeah. Is literally just here so they don't get fined. Yes, Chris Rees.
I zoned out. Sorry.
It was a Marshawn Lynch reference because you're from Seattle.
Oh, right. Because I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally representing the personification of beast mode, it's Chrisseries.
I'm Chris Reese. I do RPG long plays and stuff and things.
Big fan of
And
stuff
I've got
and things.
good internet now, so I can do more stuff and things. More betterer.
More betterer and more fasterer.
Mhm.
Enjoy the ability to download porn twice as fast.
No. It's upload porn 20 times as fast.
Hell yeah. On that reciprocal life. Okay. So when we last left off, I believe we were putting our boy Christoph on the stand.
Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? Why is the judge asking that? Shouldn't the defense attorney be asking that?
Yeah.
That fateful night.
The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club.
Yo, RJ's here
I
on
went
the big
down
old
to the
5-0.
basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must
What
have
up,
been right
brother?
after
I hope
the
you're
murder
having a
took
terrific
place.
Monday night.
The victim was dead,
It was
as he
fate.
appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding a bottle in his hand.
Y'all know
I
RJ.
sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left.
Would definitely recommend checking him out. He's quite handsome and good at video games like Amori and Suikoden.
That's when the call came from Wright.
Yeah, we're doing our best. Hanging out, chilling.
So, you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed.
Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client.
What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all.
So you are Mr. Gavin?
Hmm?
And you had to testify, as you just did, bro. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window.
Mr. Wright,
You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo?
Oh,
Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder.
Bruh.
Raw.
The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club.
Hearsay. That man? You mean Mr. Smith?
He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that.
You knew the true nature of your client's job?
Of course. But I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal.
Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends, after all.
Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score.
I see. What happened then?
I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout.
The little window? You mean the one used to keep watch up on the stairs?
Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The Black Marketeers used it, I believe.
Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go in the room?
I didn't want to upset Wright, you see.
Upset Mr. Wright?
Yes, what if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least.
So far, everything he's saying makes sense.
It must have been right after the murder took place.
Sure, I'll poke. How do you know it was right after the murder?
Really, no need to shout, Justice.
Ugh.
I was just getting to that part in my testimony.
Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things just never change.
I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours.
With friends like these, who needs enemies? Aw!
Tell me how you really feel, Van Zeeks.
The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo.
By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene?
Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead.
And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat.
Describe the scene of the crime for us.
A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand.
Those were the only three at the scene of the crime?
Yes, as far as I saw at least.
Then we're back to where we started. The killer was the defendant Felix Wright! Who else could it have been? Why didn't you talk to the police?
Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime.
Justice. I just said I saw no one, not a soul.
But that goes against what Mr. Wright said.
Yes. This mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose.
Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin.
Let me pose a question then.
Objection. You're the witness, brah.
Tell me,
Why?
what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand?
Huh.
Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary?
How can I show something I can't find myself?
Remember, Apollo? The card that was swapped out was the 5th ace.
The 5th ace. Right.
Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. I need to repeat this because I can't believe that you know how to hear.
It's now
Shout
or
out
never.
Shout out to all 5 ace people watching this.
The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out.
And go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice.
Right here, Pants Crab.
Why did the killer take the 5th ace?
Because this one has blood all over it. My reason is, this.
Is that an asexual?
What? Why, it's got blood on it.
Yeah, they bleed their people.
Right next to the spade.
What?
This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace?
Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card?
Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl.
Oh, that card. It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade, brah.
No! Impossible! Unacceptable!
Here, let me just take this piece of evidence that's got blood on it and give it to my kid, because she likes playing with things like this.
Yeah. Parent of the year, baby.
Sounds like a pretty good kid, to be honest. I'd hang out with that kid.
Honestly, I would hang out. I'm glad I get to voice her.
Stand aside, Goku. There's a new dad in town.
The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
A fraud? Raising your voice doesn't make you more correct, brah.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
Reason for...
Singing more Hoobastank.
No.
Wait, no. For the real killer to take the card from the scene of the crime.
Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo and at the victim's head. The moment of the crime, his hat fell off to the floor. And a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen onto one of the cards, dude?
I suppose.
The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible.
I don't think
Because
the
it's
witness is
damaging to
allowed
your-
to object.
Because it's damaging to your case, dude? Oh.
Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence.
Oh yeah, it's like that's ever stopped anyone in this entire fucking franchise ever.
Right, like parenting's a waste of time, asshole. We can discuss the finer points of our legal system
Monday.
later. What's important now is that I have answered your question.
What are you talking about?
You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now I've told you. Get wrecked. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see?
This is baseless conjecture. Baseless!
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based.
All right, who wants to screenshot it so you can use this later?
I'm clipping that later just because reasons.
I assure you, it's quite based. Send me the clip when you have it.
I'll see what I can do later.
It's a good one. It's a good
Uh,
one.
I could always go back to my vocal warm-ups in the meantime, be like, I know Kung Fu and now so do you.
There you go. Have a nice screenshot.
What?
Nani?
I need the fuck out, my bucko.
It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo?
Because he's
Simple,
not a
you've got
lawyer
this, bro.
anymore. Yes?
Try picturing the scene of the crime in your head.
Okay, but what if Apollo is one of those people that just can't visualize things in his imagination? It's him to
This is
try
gonna get
picturing the scene of the crime in your head. Yeah, I can't.
No, it's just not possible.
Have you tried turning your brain off and then on again?
Hey, yo! What is this? 3D?
Holy shit!
Holy fuck, well, there's the
Man,
entire
we living
budget of
in
the
a-
game.
We living in the 21st century now.
Oh, shit.
The murder took place in the reboot show that used to be on Canadian TV. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table.
Okay, if you're old enough to have watched Reboot, fucking take your Geritol, get up and stretch, have some water. You should probably go to bed
Yeah,
soon.
Keo.
Yeah,
Sent from
Chrissy.
Silver, you frickin' whippersnapper.
Fuck you, Mr. Geritol. If you're old enough to know what fucking Geritol is.
Take your Metamucil and go lay down, bro. Anyway.
Probably
before the
shitty
killer
work
swapped
internet.
the card out, there was a single card with a single drop of blood on the victim's head. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene.
Well, what is it?
Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The other witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card?
If the position doesn't fit, you must acquit?
No, just try it from a different angle.
I can always count on y'all to bring sex jokes into the equation.
You just need enough patience and lubrication.
Yes, with enough patience and lubrication, anything is possible. I
Right,
have
Annie?
I have seen the eye of horror. I have shoved a camel through the eye of a needle. I was flipping bricks for Mansa Musa well before you were considered a Type 1 civilization.
It's
Jeez.
time to da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-do.
Anyway, the victim's in the wrong spot. Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem?
I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice.
Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body and not onto the table in front of him.
Ah,
So take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor and not on the cards.
why, that's right. So what does that mean?
That boy needs therapy.
That table needs therapy.
Therapy needs that. No.
Wait.
That boy needs therapy.
Oh, you actually have it now.
Yeah, I do have it. I've had it for like a while. You know what else I have?
Oh, really? Oh,
What,
Really?
huh? I can't hear that one.
For you,
Waka,
Lil
waka,
Uzi,
waka.
a Rob Zombie poster.
Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs.
Oh, how fancy. Swivel chairs? Oh, man.
Apollo, try turning the chair around.
I hate it here.
Oh, okay. There we go. That was easy.
The chair was facing the other way?
That's just a little Sharky. It would have to be. Why are we? Stop it. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table.
When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing?
When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo.
Well, that would mean the killer turned the chair back around.
Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more, bruh. We know now that the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the other witnesses?
Well, if that's the case, then the killer obviously wouldn't be there. Well, the victim was struck from the front, correct?
Indeed.
Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is?
I would think it would be quite impressive to fling that bottle so hard against the wall it bounces back and kills a man.
What, like a generic Xbox One controller?
Ricochet, bro. That's hard to do.
Oh wait, no,
I was
never mind. That was
thinking more
my
like a
that was my PS4
PS4 controller.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
PS4 controller. Xbox controllers explode when they
Impact?
face
When somebody-
extreme gravitational circumstances.
When somebody plays near a tomato on them.
No. It just slipped out of my hands really fast.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
Because slow down. Grab the wall. Wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall off. Obviously. I mean, that's what I do every time I hear that song. Oni, what about you?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, girl. Don't lie to me.
When he always wiggling like you trying to make that ass fall off. Are you kidding?
True.
Hey girl.
Oni's
sock it
got
to me.
moves.
Sock it to me one more time. Get low. Get low, get low, get low.
I don't think that
My
Sharky
shadow
is
Kobe
Snake
is named
Jailbird.
Low.
I
You
actually
definitely
didn't
don't
see.
sing that at him.
I actually didn't see what my line was. I was just.
Your line was get low, get low, get low.
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light from the window to the wall.
Till the sweat drops from what?
That bald ass head. Or had that baby oil.
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually.
Hold on, I'll pull it up. Literally the best unscripted scene in movies. Hold on, I gotta swap some stuff around here. All right. This center capture is gonna work, right? Perfect.
Hey, Mia, you better hide your baby oil. I'm just playing.
You better hide that big ass forehead.
I was just joking.
It was a joke, man. All right. Flip flop, flibbity bop. There we go. Don't look at that. That's unimportant.
Look again at the diagram. Now, earn that
I don't know.
paycheck,
Good
Tyreek.
question.
The victim was where they said they were. Where would the assailant be standing? Try marketing it on the diagram.
What? But there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be.
Don't worry. Let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. It's the only thing we know for sure. So try to just forget everything, man. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike the victim on our diagram?
Like here? Well, I guess the killer would have to be, here?
On his lap.
Anything to say, Mr. Justice?
They're putting chemicals in the water that turns the freaking frogs gay.
Anything intelligent to say, Mr. Justice?
I maintain this form by only eating liver and protein and definitely not steroids.
Bro, you're spending like 10 grand a month on steroids. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, that shit blew my mind. I remember that was a big story a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you look at that man and go, oh yeah, that guy's definitely not on the juice?
His entire vibe is, hey, you could do so much better and be healthy like me if all you do is eat raw meat and unprocessed everything. And it's like, this guy is dual wielding steroid shots all the time. It's ridiculous.
Sorry?
A little late for that, I'm afraid. Penalty.
What? Oh, come
Fuck
on. Give me a
you.
little hint.
Try not to overthink things, Apollo. What does your other instincts tell you? We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. I've already said this, bro.
Okay, what if maybe further back, maybe they were on the table?
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
Ugh.
I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible.
Oh shit, we actually got it. I thought I was about to get fucking knocked again. My bad.
The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming that the killer climbed to the cupboard and hit him from above?
It's amazing how you can't say your lines when you're muted, brah.
True.
Simple logic, really.
Yeah, logic, bitch.
This was the only place the killer could have been standing. Then that means that at the very moment of the crime...
Wait, I know! At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there!
What's this now?
I mean, it's the only explanation, right? Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard and the hideout immediately.
Oh.
Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately and bring the cupboard here, which is precisely not what the defendant asked for. Have them try and move the cupboard.
Ah, Your Honor?
What?
There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff.
Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
I do my best.
Listen,
Sad-
you can't make a hoe a housewife.
I did my best.
He belongs to the streets.
Streets is born, y'all. But let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. The killer was standing here at the time of the crime. Then that cupboard wasn't there, which means...
Okay, move the cupboard. Got it. There we go.
Thank you.
Oh man, these graphics.
Bruh.
I am so impressed.
As you can see from my Nintendo 64, the cupboard was the problem.
Excuse you, this was on like the 3DS?
Ah, that's N64 geometry, bro.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But like, you
know
have a
that
stylus.
You know that because this was the 3DS, that scene was with way too much 3D emphasis on it.
Yeah, like this is definitely like, oh, you have to tap the object. Yup, you can do it. DS.
And
Oh, it's only
wow, how
DS. Wow.
trippy that.
I could not
Really?
turn
Wow.
the 3D on my 3DS. It was eye-searing and headache-inducing.
So, I normally don't have depth perception, but the 3DS's fake 3D actually worked on me. And let me tell you, that is a horrifying experience.
So every cock's really big?
No, I just can't tell how close they are.
Oh. I feel like we made a joke about this before.
I feel like we did.
Yeah, I just don't remember it. It's somewhere in the clips from like 3 years ago. Anyway.
At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown here.
Which means...
Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Ah, oh my. What's this?
What is it now?
Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact.
Huh? Oh shit!
Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness, or a third breakfast?
11's is. About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved?
Why not, dude?
Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would have completely covered up the window to the stairs.
No shit, brah.
No way.
Yahweh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. That's
Oh,
right.
really?
Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
What? What did you say?
Oh. Is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool?
Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right?
It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court how you totally murked that guy. Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from?
Capcom versus SNK? From the arcade cabinet?
Makes way too much sense.
Shy!
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Order! This is a court of law, and I will have order.
We just now received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. I can't stop saying Your Honor, Your Honor.
Oh, and what did they find?
Well, Your Honor, it turns out there's a secret passage behind it.
What?
Ah, yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about.
I do remember him saying something about that now. Well, now that he mentioned it.
A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on.
Allegedly. Come on, Phoenix. You're a fucking defense attorney.
Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law.
So the room had a secret passage? Where does it go?
Narnia. The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops. And enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo?
I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked, and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald-ass head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something!
Dare I ask what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it.
Eek.
Oh no. Ms. Olga O'Reilly was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops. leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from behind the secret passage and into the hideout.
The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside.
He wheeled his chair around to look, and bam! Pow! Right in the kisser. After the deed was done... Oh wait, that's you.
It's alright, bro. After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the
Don't work
evidence.
too hard, Fantar.
That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime.
Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red.
Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry to see I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
Not guilty.
Believe me when I say, I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you'll get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand.
Not our boy Phoenix.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick.
Excuse me?
The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney.
Illegal evidence?
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing?
Of course. This bottle, for instance.
The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking?
How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Payne?
Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
Hmm? I seem to recall this being an issue earlier.
The court and this case demand an explanation. I can think of but only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down,
Yeah, to neck it.
Yeah, boy.
and that is to hit somebody with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor?
Ah, see how the caught fish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo,
Yes?
your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that.
Yeah. Wait, what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to...
Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one.
Is there really another?
Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer in plain sight.
How about you just say the answer in plain words?
It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice,
Mr. Gavin said that the court, in this case, demand an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done.
perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court.
Eh? Bottles are in a crate? It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair.
Excuse me, on the floor?
On the floor. Shoutouts to Nikki to B. Yes, now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. See, you naturally go to pick the bottle up by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Wow, I can't believe it was that simple.
Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual gin and juice back then, too.
With
Basically,
your mind on your money and your money on your mind?
Always.
were you in fact rolling on endos?
Definitely.
Word. You one bad motherfucker, Sharky.
Likewise, game respects game, brah.
So basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon.
Order, order, order. What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin?
Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection.
What?
You claim that I switched the bottle? Where's your proof?
Proof? Well, that's,
As I thought. More baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
No?
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Yes, I have your memo about that here.
Sorry.
Retrieve the bottles from the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question.
What? Are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on that but his.
Look in the inside, dude.
Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. True. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything.
Say Apollo.
Yeah?
Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle?
But why? I said, forgetting what Phoenix said he did earlier.
Just humor me, dude.
Mr. Wright?
That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What? That's some bottle. Oh, hey. There it is. Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
Yes, sir.
There's something inside the bottle. What's this?
That card. It can't be.
Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment.
Miss Olga Orally?
Yeah. Our little swindling devotja? Definitely don't speak Russian.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed.
Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket. I found a card. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of Hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. The 5 of Hearts. This is the card.
Is this your card?
Yeah. The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club tonight. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. I'll need to erupt in 3, 2, 1.
Nancy!
That was a lobster, not a crayfish.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oni, do you have telekinesis?
Yes.
Excellent. That is all.
Yes, Gigi.
Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright?
I'm being held hostage by one of my cats. Every time I turn around to speak into the microphone, I get a paw on my shoulder to turn around and continue petting him.
Why are you still talking to us then?
Good kitty. Revenge.
Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
My past is like my logic, straight and true.
Not like your sexuality, though.
True. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of Apollo Justice in the proper direction.
Hmm. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right?
Insane! What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone?
Guess not.
I believe this time we've finally come to an end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, do you have anything to add? You fucker.
I might. But I'm afraid I can't shed any more light onto the matter.
About this victim, Mr. Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
No, he's just a Genshin character.
Last I heard, he was actually like the owner of the Millennium Key.
We'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor, into whether or not he owned the Millennium Key.
Yeah.
7 years and you still haven't lost your touch.
Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer.
And a lover.
Also, Your Honor, I just had a 7-year-old. I didn't die, dude.
He was extremely talented, to be sure,
And now
but a
he's
piss
dead.
poor murderer.
I need 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, which is here, my guy. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set this right.
Mr. Wright!
Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to lawyering again.
Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Wearing gray sweatpants. Hooray, not guilty.
That seemed really short compared to some of the other ones.
It is a tutorial case.
Yeah.
Court is adjourned.
Yeah, we got through that case in only a month. What the heck?
It is a tutorial case. 4:28 p.m. 8 minutes after absolutely fucking blazing it. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Y'all want to watch me smoke that ficus in the back?
Listen, you know the deal. We finished the case, but we still have like an hour of fucking driveling nonsense.
You're welcome. Also, thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I knew you would.
I'm pretty sure I didn't actually do anything in there. It was you who cornered the killer.
I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your abilities?
Ability?
Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness, then. What'd that mouth do?
Oh.
You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is that true?
Of course it's true.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
Quick, somebody find Maya. She could tell us.
Wait, what was that? Mr. Wright?
You'll have to find that answer to the question yourself. I had a bunch of psychic chicks to help me out.
The answer, right? Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
What possible reason could he have had to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come.
Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you?
This locket is the key.
Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket.
It's a cool guitar pick locket, brah, with a red mage inside.
That's your daughter, right?
That's right. I have canonically had sex.
There's no way anyone would fuck you, Phoenix, right? Wait,
You shut your damn mouth, brah.
you didn't have this... Okay, well, both options are really bad, because it's either Maya, who's a ghost... What was the other one's name?
Mia and Maya.
Yeah, wait, Mia's the ghost, right?
Yeah.
And Maya's like 12.
It's also Pearl, but we don't want to talk about that.
I will absolutely refuse to even fucking begin to field a response to that.
You're correct. My ghost girlfriend carried my baby.
She do
Hence
have
her
nice titties,
spiritual-
though.
me half ghost.
Hence her spiritual powers.
I mean, I've heard of going ghost, but
I feel like
You
that's
know-
also illegal.
Phantom.
You were right about this locket.
Huh?
I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him?
Wait, what? That's fucking perjury! You just Can you at least wait to tell me about this stuff? Like, when we're out of the courtroom?
Yeah, would you not admit to perjury with 2 bailiffs standing right the fuck there?
Well, I mean, per U.S. law, it doesn't really matter. Can't be tried for the same crime again, I guess.
Perjury is a separate crime.
Yeah.
Get him, Shy.
You can, in fact, be acquitted of the crime, but still be convicted of the perjury you committed at the trial.
Correct. Get him, Shy.
Get him, Shy!
Unhand me.
You testified. You said that locket was yours.
I said no such thing, dude.
What?
Get your story straight. I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless.
Well, I guess he's right. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Anyway.
Possess this, pants grab.
True. True.
True. I'm going with that for my line. True.
Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it?
Ain't
He was a
nothing
creep.
but a heartache. Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Just wait on that one, dude. You're still just getting your feet wet.
Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I do kind of work for Mr. Gavin after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get arrested.
Apollo,
Yeah?
how about coming to work for me?
I'm not very good at cards. You mean at the law offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine that to be true, but
Wait, didn't you... You're not a...
ew, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore.
That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good.
Was that part of a previous game that I missed, or?
Yeah, that was 1, 2, and 3?
That's been forever ago, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, go on.
It's all good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts?
I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. I can't pass a drug test, dude. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence.
Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick.
It's me, I'm the magician.
One
No,
piece
but
of...
I will pull a rabbit out of my hat here. Just watch.
I feel like the
Oh,
rabbit
it's
pulls
long.
something out of a hat, if you know what I mean.
Hat grab.
Hat grab. One piece of evidence struck me as odd. It is true. It just seemed, well, too perfect.
Your attorney's badge is the forged evidence.
This motherfucker didn't make up this. You fuck. You mean this, don't you? You fucking lying shit! I got this from your, daughter, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene.
Jesus, what the fuck, Phoenix?
Why?
Phoenix out here becoming the most corrupt motherfucker.
Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place. Lucky for us.
The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
A fraud? How can you be so sure?
Because he would have had to answer, well, I have that card.
Yep.
I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, dude. The real killer. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago.
Then, you really...
Yeah, I forged the card, dude.
Jesus. Bro, can we like, not do this?
It's
Like,
in the room.
yeah, like, come on.
One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real.
But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney.
Who's calling themselves an attorney?
Oh my
Apollo?
God. So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago.
Yeah. None of that matters much now, does it?
What? Ugh.
Ellipses.
I punched Phoenix right in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and I don't know the rest of the words.
Around.
Good job,
I
everybody.
appreciate that none of us knew those words.
Listen, I'm old, but I'm not that old.
I am that old, and that's why I forgot.
That is a fucking really good excuse. Let me write that one down.
Thank you. My office's address. Drop in if you like.
Mr. Wright!
Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that" next time. I find it packs more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. It was as good for me as it was for you. Now I fade into the ghost.
And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins.
I just got my boss arrested.
You, Titus, this is my story. It all begins here.
I shit in someone else's pants and got them in trouble for it.
Man, Fantar should think about doing that.
Right? I'm still upset my guy like fucking won't shit his pants. Just brick up, bro.
If it makes you feel better, I had a dog shit my pants last week.
Yeah, that is kind of funny.
It's very funny.
Spitting big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops, it's all over. You die.
June 15th, 9:12 a.m. Wright and Co. Law offices.
I'm coming. There we are.
TMI.
2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. So, yeah, I'll admit it. I opened an OnlyFans. But even when I hit bottom, I told myself I'd never come like that. That was a lie. I mean, here being the legendary Right and Co law offices. Okay, Justice, time to stop trembling.
Right?
This would
No,
be
it's
Lon.
you.
Lon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Lon.
Speaking for the interview right this way.
Huh?
Hello there! You found the right place! Welcome!
Blue Mage. Very nice.
Image!
What's with this girl?
Thank you for passing my fraudulent evidence off 2 months ago. Shall we begin?
She doesn't look 7.
She's not.
What?
She's like 17 or 16. No, wait. Something like
Isn't
that.
this Phoenix
15.
Wright's daughter?
15. No, I mean, yes.
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 Wait, if he had a kid,
He didn't.
what?
She's adopted, obviously.
Yes, she's
Yeah.
adopted.
What? You're
Obviously.
fucking
Who would have
gaslighting
fucked
me.
him? Who would
No.
have fucked Phoenix Wright?
Your
Remember-
very first assumption is the problem here.
Yes.
Nobody did.
You
She's
made
adopted.
a core assumption, and you, sir, were wrong.
She was in another Phoenix Wright game.
That.
What?
Yes.
I actually forgot
just
that.
got-
I just assumed that she was adopted the whole time.
You just got Phoenix righted.
I will not accept this slander, and neither will my penis.
Well, I mean,
Of course, no one would fuck my dad.
I'll be honest. At least we learned something about Hat and Time Girl. Much like y'all, Phoenix Wright is a fucking virgin too.
Phoenix Wright adopted me from a hat in time.
I wasn't gonna ruin it by like telling you, but yeah.
I mean, I don't fucking. I mean, to be honest, who the fuck would have sex with Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, exactly.
What are we all saying?
Like, well,
This is a beautiful moment, and I'm glad I got to be here for it.
I didn't like. Listen, how crazy this story is, it wouldn't have surprised me if Phoenix Wright had sex by accident, okay?
That is a fair point, honestly. He tripped and fell and became a dad.
Oops!
I tripped and fell and landed in her vagina.
Exactly.
Knowing him, it'd be some sort of weird industrial accident that split his nutsack, and it just so happened that, you know, it landed on a particularly fertile lady. Anyway, don't forget to spay and neuter your pets and dog boys. What?
Shall we begin?
Begin what?
Right, first things first. Any special talents?
Well,
Is stupidity a talent?
I can make buttermilk with my asshole.
I'm not gonna ask.
I
Okay.
I have been unemployed for the past 2 months because you got my boss incarcerated.
I
I
mean,
believe technically you got your boss incarcerated.
Technically, he did it to himself.
Any other special talents?
Um,
Well, you must have at least one.
well, I guess defending?
Defending. It's a mutual talent, but it'll do. With a little jazzing up, of course.
You think so?
Dude, what are the odds that is the fake ace of spades with a blood spot in the background?
100%.
Let's go, shall we?
Huh?
Go ahead, show me. Find. You've got. Hold back now.
Yes, fight the child.
What are you talking about? I can't just defend here.
Listen, a professional can perform anywhere.
Yeah, are you sure about that?
Can't wait for the. I can't wait for this kid to punch his lights out. This is gonna be great.
Oh my god, just fucking deck him. We want people to be laughing with us, not at us.
Have you thought about maybe taking the ascot off? Fucking Fred from Scooby-Doo?
Have you thought about having any talent at all?
At least I don't look like an idiot from the 70s.
I look like a blue mage, sir.
Yeah, an idiot.
Yeah, wow, what are you gonna do? Oh, wow, did you learn the skill self-destruct? Yeah, why don't you just use that one?
You play Final Fantasy 14, Lon. You know I'm right.
Go on.
Oh yeah.
Fucking shitty Pokemon, go! Use self-destruct!
But you already used that in court 2 months ago when you destroyed your entire life by getting your boss
Moving
arrested.
on now.
Thanks. But I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all.
What? What exactly do you think you came here to do?
What? Defend? No?
Excuse me, but do you know where you are?
Huh? The Right & Co. office, right?
Oh. I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first. Look.
Look, what's going on here? Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge.
Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes.
Mistakes? But I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning.
Perhaps you should go read the sign up front again.
What's there to read? Look, it says right here. Oh. Why does it say Wright Talent Agency?
Welcome to the Right Talent Agency, where you've always come to the right place. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician.
Oh god, it all came flooding back. The trial. That girl.
Hello, sir. Please pick a card.
That's right. Oh wait, that's Phoenix.
Once more with feeling when I'm not on mute. That's right. She's my daughter. I'm really proud of that page, and you're all being dicks.
Trucy? Right?
Check out our flyer. Oh, what's her name?
Apollo? Apollo Justice? Attorney at law? About Mr. Wright giving up law? It was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it?
You know about that.
Not the details. I remember the news, though. It was a big deal.
Last year, I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Daddy about it next time I get a chance.
Yeah, that reminds me. About Mr. Wright? He gave me a call this morning to come in.
He's not not here right now. He's in the hospital.
The hospital?
Yeah, he's on strict bed rest until he gets better.
What? So you're you're Phoenix Wright's daughter?
That's right. After he quit law 7 years ago, I promised I would keep him fed. So I'm kind of his sugar daddy. Get it?
No, I would like to leave immediately. Thank you.
Look, I am doing my best to avoid the D word. But I had to.
Listen, it's in the game. It's fine. I'm not mad about that. It's just like every 2 words. No.
I know. I'm in charge of this whole office too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15, wouldn't you agree?
Is this even legal?
Nope.
How old is Mr. Wright?
Daddy, oh, he's 33 this year. Do the math.
Half plus 7. No, that's creepy as fuck. I'm sure there's a good explanation. I hope. So, is this really a talent agency?
You bet. Daddy started it 7 years ago when he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now.
2 people. Does that include you?
Missy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows, paid too. I'm a professional, you know.
Right.
Not the first time I've said those lines.
Oh, God.
You come to one of my shows, okay?
Not the first time you said that either.
Hey.
Hey, girls gotta eat.
Girls gotta eat. Let's see. Oh, and the other person our agency represents is Phoenix Wright, pianist extraordinaire.
Your dad, in other words. Didn't he say he couldn't play the piano?
Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Why, there are many magicians who can't do magic.
Well, at least you're optimistic. I'll give you that. Okay, which hospital is Mr. Wright in? I'll pay him a visit.
The Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close.
Right. Well, I'll be going now, and, I'll give this showbiz gig some thought, okay?
Wait, I'll go with you.
Hooray. Hooray.
June 15th, 9:45 a.m., Hickfield Clinic.
Did this man bring his entire porn collection and grape juice to the hospital?
They're light novels, thank you.
So, this is Mr. Wright's hospital. Oh, not this guy.
I got him.
Visitors, are ya?
Yeah, are you the doctor?
Yep, Dr. Hickfield's the name.
Oh god, it's so creepy.
Morning, Doctor.
Oh, hiya there, creepy. Good as ever.
Doctor.
Is this Daddy's room?
Oh yeah, he's gone for a morning checkup and be back soon. How are you, Miss Trucy? Got any places you'd like examined?
Yes, officer. This man over here.
Doctor, the nurse was just looking for you, you creepy fuck.
Why, if it isn't the daddy of the cutest little thing in town. Guess I'll be off then. Later, Trucy.
I'm going to shiv him. I'm going to shiv him right in his stupid neck.
Wow. That guy should probably be in jail, and I'm not even kidding.
Good morning. Didn't expect you so soon, Apollo.
Mr. Wright. So, what happened?
Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run.
You were hit by a car?
Oh, he tried to swerve, I'll give him that. Picture me tossed 30 feet in the air. Dude, I was so high. Only stopping when my head hit that telephone pole.
How are you not dead?
Excellent question.
You hit a
You know-
telephone pole with your head?
Thankfully, my daughter knows necromancy, so I
Oh.
only have a sprained ankle.
Well, that tracks. He really is as lucky as they say. But
It's
not
fine to
lucky
raise a
enough.
family.
To make it through the night. It is time to go to bed, everybody. Good job. I'm proud of you all.
Thank you, that makes one of us.
Ugh.
I'm glad you're proud of me because it was pretty clear from that snark that Oni wasn't. So
Oni's
That was
never.
Oni just-
Oni's never proud of me.
Oni is proud of none of us, and with good reason.
I mean, to be fair,
I
we
mean, if
asked for it.
If it helps, you did act the shit out of that creepy part at the end.
Oh my god, excellent being an absolute creep, Oni.
Yeah, good job being a fucking real creep, Oni.
What a
I'm
creep.
so impressed by your ability to be a creep, Oni.
10 out of 10 would endorse as a creeper.
It's
Look,
so out
11 out of 10.
character.
My butthole slammed shut like it was about to get fucking violated.
When you're given a role, you have to play it.
Own it. You own it.
Yeah, like a skin flute.
He was trying to commit to the bit, or at least her bits.
True, but also, ew!
Thank you. That was the correct answer.
Yeah. Hey, again, sometimes I'm right. Alrighty, friendos. I say we wrap it up here because we'll extroduce ourselves. Big ups to everyone who stuck around tonight. So there's a whole list of the cast, but we'll give them a chance to slowly walk their way out of the building. They happen to be my favorite father figure. It's Oni Hart.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, man, it's Oni Heart. I've been playing that Tekken 8 and playing that Persona 3 Reload. I gotta try and bust that shit out before fucking Final Fantasy 7 Reunion comes out. God damn.
Yeah, we got like a week and a half.
Oh
if
shit,
that.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude.
Aside from that, I'm working on my new art ventures. my special new art venture of the spicy variety.
I'm so proud of you.
But that's all I got.
Once convicted of the misdemeanor of pushing it real good, it's Shy.
Once convicted of the felony of still being on mute, it's Shy.
True.
You're never gonna let me live this down, are you?
Oh no, there'll be so many more times that you leave yourself on mute that we can mock you for. Because we are VTubers, and staying on mute is what we do.
I am Shy. I leave myself on mute all the time, it feels like, but coming up, definitely still working, definitely watch the space. If I can't get anything going, well, you can probably catch me when Lon goes live. So yeah, here's hoping.
Fingers crossed. Also, guilty of the crime of leaving themselves on mute, it's Lil Sharky.
I resemble that remark.
True.
Hey y'all,
What?
I'm Sharky. I'm old. And I'm here to remind you, tell the people you love just how you feel. Because you never know if you'll get that chance by the time next week's episode comes around. Also, it's Valentine's Day, so make extra sure to, tell the people just how you really feel if you are in that sort of relationship. And if you are not, don't. But don't worry, somebody loves you. And it's probably me. So, have a good night. Don't do anyone I wouldn't do. And be well, everybody.
True. Last but not least, they just straight up fucking ignore me and wish I would stay on mute. It's Chrisaries.
Who? This is a stick up, leave your legs at the door.
True. That's a nice Rian joke. And you're also not last, but maybe least.
That was it. That was the whole bit. I wasn't going any further than that.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm Chris Reese. I lead the Raid Guru Blips. You can see me on Thursdays and Saturdays, and maybe on other days if I ever start streaming, but I'm doing YouTube stuff now that I have 1 million gigs upstream on my internet connection. Have fun, everyone.
And fucking amazingly cute new emotes.
True. They are very nice.
Do you like how I just extraduced yourself?
It's all right. Last but not least, their idea of upstream is sounding with fiber optic cable. It's Lon.
Damn, I was so close to getting out of the extraductions.
No, get
so
fucked.
Close.
Get fucked.
Hi, I am Lon. I am not a blue mage. But I play one here. And occasionally in 14 when I want to be masochistic. So I occasionally stream things like a Dragon, but not the Like a Dragon that you're probably really excited to see people streaming. The one from a few years ago.
That's still a fucking great game, though.
It's an amazing game. And also I stream the Atelier Gacha. And I don't know, I'll probably pick up something. Who knows? Who knows? I like more variety. Love me like you do. Be good to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, be good to each other.
I'll do my thing. All right, friendos, for me, it is time to go to bed. I appreciate you all hanging out. The big raids, the resubs, the bitaroos, y'all are tremendous. If you want to come hang out with us, shoot the shit, just enjoy the comfy, judgment-free zone, check out the Discord. If you want to catch up on all of our playthroughs, speedrun tutorials, PBs, everything that goes into that, plus some moto vlogs, cooking streams, and DJ sets that won't get muted. Check out the YouTube. Tea drinkers, check out the blends we put together with our friends over at Adagio. Proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project. As mentioned, Valentine's Day is coming up. If you haven't got anything yet, well, sheesh. My wife makes some really cute, cuddly crocheted creatures. And ethically sourced handmade bone jewelry. So if you have a big titty goth girlfriend or boyfriend in your life, it's probably something you should look into. Last but not least, you want to support the stream a little bit extra, feel free to check out the Throne wish list. Definitely a lot of stuff on there to help the stream, as well as get yourself some extra cooking boats. But for now, we shall call it a night. Let's go find somebody to raid.
Finish the remake.
All right. So anyway, I started
I
blasting.
don't got
right?
time for that.
You ain't got time for that? Ain't no one got time for that.
Ain't no one got time to start blasting.
Dude, you
Listen.
started blasting a decade ago, and you have not stopped.
Fucking listen here, young sir or madam.
I resemble that remark.
Anyway, any last words?